Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. We are back with Our Melody Live. We are starting the very first stream of the year. Oh my god, thank you so much. Rin with the 7 months, Kat with 7 months. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It feels so good to hear that music again. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today we are going to be topping off. We're going to be starting off the year, starting off the week as well with the Monday special. We are going to be trucking today, as is the usual. We have a couple changes. We'll get into that in a bit. Mostly in the game, but yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Nice, relaxing 2-hour trucking stream with all of y'all. Good to be back. Woo! Like I was saying, so good to hear that music again. Oh my god. Hi everyone. Welcome back. It is good to be back. Oh man. Hello. How are we all doing? Thank you so much, Ellie, for the 4 months. And yes, indeed, as is customary, it is time to drink water. Everyone, if you have water with you, you should go get some. If you don't have water, wait, no. Oh my god, it's been so long. If you have water, you should drink it. And if you don't have water, you should go get some, because water is good for you. And I will drink to that. Stray music time, exactly. We are on routine. Very little has changed. I haven't had time to really do any stream renovations at the time I've been off. For those out of the loop, I'd mostly been catching up with college stuff towards the end of December, which resulted in me cancelling a lot of streams I would have really wanted to do. But we are on a new semester. Took obviously the winter holidays to like have a break and whatever, relax and whatnot. But we're back in the fray. We're back in the fray. So we're gonna start as we mean to go on. And I'm hoping to keep myself on like a balanced pace so that I don't have to cancel any streams. Here's hoping. Like what you've done with the place, people who don't like change. The conservative viewers are roaring at this one. If Our Melody has 1 million fans, then I'm one of them. If Our Melody has 1 fan, then I'm that 1 fan. If Our Melody has no fans, that means I am no longer on this earth. Hello, Rin. Or I don't know if you saw in the cafe, but I have a new computer, no longer on a laptop. Hell yeah, happy for you. That's delightful. Hope it's cruising. That sounds rad. Awesome. Quickly going through the list as well. My chat is slightly blocked, but hello Voltage, hello Body, hello Lesbian with a Gun shoveling snow. Hope that is going well. Hello Ardor of Alvi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Cool name, very nice. Hello Lily, hello Ivy, hello Rin, of course. Hello Kat. Hello Ellie, and I think that's everyone. Awesome. Yes, we are back. We are trucking today. I'm gonna reboost the social stuff because I mean, it's been a sec. I want to make sure people know we're live. Yeah, we're good. I think we're good to start. I've tested most of the stuff ahead of time. I've done like a full system update and everything seems to be stable. And I have made minor changes. This is actually towards the end of last year's streaming season. I did make some changes that should result in significantly fewer random leaks of my entire desktop, which is normally fine because my desktop's normally clear, but we've had incidents, so I want to make sure we don't have those. It's going well. Also, no longer tethered to Windows. I'm free. Awesome. I'm assuming you're on Linux now. Curious what distro. That'll be a fun discussion while we're trucking. Safe Mode is easily my favorite song in that OST. Which one is that? Oh, the one that was just playing, I believe. Yeah, there's so much cool stuff. I love Step on My Shard, which is the one that I like always start with. I specifically have it at the top of my playlist. I love the vibes. It's very good, like, you're like, hey, welcome everyone kind of music. Hello, Gomax. Hello, welcome. Right. Let us get jaming, I think. I think that's the move right now. It's time to get jaming. It's very equals P music. We don't talk about the incident. Smiley. We don't talk about the incidents. What incidents? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I'll be flying back home from Cyprus tomorrow. Ooh, sweet. We love a good holiday. I imagine a lot of people are like wrapping up winter holidays if they haven't already. My semester started like last week, so, you know, I've been back on the grind. An incident? Don't use desktop screen capture unless you're really, really sure what you're doing. And if you are using desktop capture and you are really, really sure what you're doing, pre-check them before you start a stream, because you never know what straggler frames might still be just chilling on that buffer that don't clear. That was fun. Ooh, I do have an interesting development actually. So today, actually, I was doing a lot of work on this. For those of you who remember the, like, my like VOD hiatus, basically, TLDR, I had been uploading all of my VODs up until the 26th of July, which was the Space Girl birthday jamboree, the very first Space Girl jamboree, as well. And they're cool VODs. It's not like I don't want VODs up. In fact, that's actually been a bit of an issue lately. Some people want to watch my Outer Wilds or Signalis streams, and they're not archived properly. I have them. Don't worry. I have all of the original source files. I just haven't uploaded them yet, because what I was doing up until that point, up until late July, is I was throwing all of the footage into my video editor, slapping a fancy intro on it, slapping a fancy outro on it, and then re-rendering the whole damn thing. And it was so time-consuming. It was painful. And especially when the college semester started back up, it just wasn't feasible to do it that way anymore. So I put it on the back burner, because let's be real, like, having VOD like archives is really, really nice, and I do want to make a point of having those available. But I am one person, and it's not like this is a full-time job for me, so it's not a financially sound decision. It's not a great use of my time the way I was doing it. So the approach that I've been taking is I wanted to create like automation stuff in order to do my VOD uploads, and we've made a lot of progress. I now have a tool. Ooh, your truck is loaded at long last. That took forever. So it's been a while since I last launched it, in its defense. Select window, Euro Truck Simulator, bada bing, cool. And of course, as a programmer myself, oh yeah, of course. So I've been doing some automation, working on automation stuff, and I currently have a tool that can go into a footage directory. A little background on how I organize my stuff. So all of my VODs are organized in a very particular way. From my videos directory, like of all videos, they're organized first by year. So like right now, this would be 2026. And then by month, this would be the first. And then by the individual stream day. So in this case, this would be 2026-01-26, and then the name of the actual stream itself. So the idea is that my little automation tool will go in there. It will collect all of my VOD segments. I separate those also into gigabyte chunks for, movability reasons. It's easier to work with that way. And I'll stitch them all together automatically using FFmpeg, which is a very popular tool for doing stuff like this, and among many other video work things. And it'll stitch all of those together into one big VOD file and just upload it directly to YouTube. It'll already have my titles formatted, my descriptions formatted. It is so over-engineered, but it will do exactly what I need it to do, and it's going to be perfect. We are very nearly there. I have actually uploaded my first VOD using this tool. It was, there are some learning experiences. There are things that need to be tweaked until I can fully say this is good, this is ready. But we are on good track. So I'm excited. Be excited. It's going to be cool. I have to let my cat in. One moment. My cat, who was meowing at my door just now, has left. I opened the door and it's an empty hallway. Literally nothing in there. Mispronounced FFmpeg? Of course, my bad. Apologies. I've been doing development, so today McDonald's at. Oh, right! A bunch of people's subscriptions would have expired by now. Because it's been so long. We're just gonna have to start fresh. What a shame. I'm assuming you Probe. Yeah, FF Probe and FF Play are really, really good. They're all fantastic tools. Oh man, the amount of work that's gone into FFmpeg is incredible, and I am barely worthy to use the tool. I do not understand how most of it works, but I know enough to get by. Is that? Oh, I think my cat's at the door again. Hold on. The cat has been secured. Fucking trick-or-treat kitty actually ding-dong-dish me. That's crazy. Alright. You know the time. You know the deal. Yeah, baby. Oh yeah, upgrade to a new version. Ooh. Mods shouldn't be broken. We should be okay. We'll send it. Oh, you can't hear the music. My bad. There we go. Oh, no, the mod still works. The mod still very much works. God fucking damn it. It's still there. We do have some changes on the game side. The truck is painfully exactly as I remember it. Nothing has changed. We do have some new upgrades, though. Let's actually just head straight into the driver's seat and have a look, because it has been a while since I've even launched the game myself. So let's have a gander. Huh. That looks new. Oh no, wait, that's a truck dealer. Where's my home? It's over there. Yes, I remember. Oh no, I don't remember my binds. Hold on. Not that one. There? There we go. Guys, we're gonna remember how to drive today. That's the method. Alright. Okay, muscle memory is quickly kicking in, so this is good. We should be back very soon. Wonderful. Wunderbar, even. Oh, wait, it's green. A real trucker's home is the truck. That is true. He becomes homeless in a Euro Truck sim. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Alright, y'all are about to see the new developments shortly. Check that shit out. Here it is. This is the new RE Space Girl Logistics depot. So I did a little bit of grinding off camera, basically. And yeah, we now have a 5-truck capacity, I believe, to host a whole bunch of drivers, which is just as well, because I'm gonna have to get you acquainted with our new drivers. We actually have like automation shit going on now. Let's go to the company, driver manager. We have 3 employees underneath us. We have Chris A, who is our longest hire. Not fantastic, but you know, they've been training a while. They're doing pretty good. I gave them like the shittiest truck that I could possibly give them. This truck was a fucking nightmare, actually. I bought this thing on the used market. Guys, do not ever buy 2-star trucks on the used market. 3-star minimum, frankly, just keep it to 4-star if you can. Because I bought this truck and then I spent about twice the fucking price repairing it so that this guy would actually use the truck because he was complaining it was broken. Really annoying. These guys are 2 much newer hires. Cheap enough trucks. I think I'm actually paying off loans to get these guys hired. They are both very new, but the idea is they should hopefully start kind of paying for themselves, especially as they rank up in rating. You can see I'm pulling in a crap load a day, but I'm also like super fucking juiced out of my mind. You know, it's just been me running this company for quite a while, and our employees don't have as many levels. They don't have as much experience. Their rating, of course, isn't as good, so they're not going to get the best offers available. But hopefully, the idea is that we get 5 total people working in this garage, and they will be just casually making a mint every single day. And then we can, you know, just keep on expanding this whole trucking enterprise we've got. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. But of course, in order to facilitate all of that spending I've done, we're going to have to do some jobs because I currently owe the bank a lot of money. Yeah, we owe the bank 150,000 euros. So I think it's about time, with all of those new updates in mind, to have a look at our first job. Let's go over to the cargo market, I think. Cargo market is where we bring our own thing, yeah? Yes, I believe it is. Yeah, there we go. That's good pay. Price per distance. I think we kind of just go that way. They want this shit soon. Wait, they want it Wednesday. I mean, short of the ferry taking forever, yeah, seems fine. Cool. 16 tons of performance forks, was it? I didn't really read it, to be honest. We'll find out when we get there. Got dinner. All right, Kat. See you around. Have a good one. Hope you enjoy dinner. Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry. I did miss the the answer on the distro. Went with Arch. Wasn't quite sure what distro for a bit. May's blog post convinced me. Arch good. Arch good. It used to be because, you know, well, not necessarily Arch good, but Arch popular. And it was popular because it like kind of hit meme status. Now it is like kind of by virtue of it hitting meme status, it has a shitload of community support nowadays. Like generally speaking, even if you're kind of a novice user, you'll find at least like a guide to do whatever it is you want to do in Arch. I've been running Void Linux for as long as I've been doing our Melody Live, for as long as this PC's been on its current iteration of Linux, but I do have plans to actually migrate to Arch in the future because I have had some very awkward and annoying issues being on Void. No hate to the team running, the contributors to Void. They're a small team, but unfortunately, by virtue of them being a small team, it's very difficult to rely on them for like production stuff. Which I am quite literally doing right now. This is kind of production. This is effectively a work machine. You know, I actually make money from streams. I kind of need to make sure my equipment is working. And sometimes, under Void, it doesn't. But I have, like, much higher confidence that it will work properly under Arch. So, That's the idea. Hello, Lugrim. Hello, welcome. Freight markets. No, cargo markets. I'll get used to this again soon. Yeah, it is performance forks. Sure, I guess. Driving in my truck right after a fuck. Welcome back, Ari. Welcome back, Lime Fox. It is good to be back. It is so good to be back. One of our drivers just pulled in money. Not a lot. It was like 300 in income. This job is going to get me like 8 grand. So I think even after fuel costs, it's going to be like 7 grand. That was really close, actually. Oh, not that close. Oh, yeah. As for what the fuck is on the back, yeah, it's It is, isn't it? Hold on. No, truck manager. Can I just like browse the truck? I cannot. Not from here. Not that I can see. Yeah. This is a custom skin designed by Ivy Nebula. It's beautiful, but I wasn't prepared for what was going to be on the back. Is an expression of my beautiful artistic visions? Yes, we will call it that. I feel like Arch is more stable in Windows at this point. I am prepared to agree. Yes. Quite strongly, actually. There are so many... Because here's the thing, right? The issues that have existed on Linux have existed on Linux since Linux, right? So, like, there's already bound to be a bounty of information regarding your problem that you can, like, hopefully navigate through and fix yourself. Subo, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so, like, a lot of the issues that exist have existed since the fucking dawn of time. But if you're, like, you know, willing to do a little bit of reading, you can very quickly hopefully quickly find solutions. The only real novel issues are, like, if there's novel applications that Linux doesn't really work with. Slightly different case, but, like, it is a problem. There are a lot of people that cannot fully migrate to Linux. I can't fully migrate to Linux for what I do. I can game and stream on here perfectly fine, and I've made a really nice workflow out of it. But I cannot currently make music. I cannot currently do design stuff. I'm working on a video editing pipeline for my PC. I'm actually thinking of moving from DaVinci Resolve to Kdenlive. No updates on that just yet. Like, I'm literally just starting, so don't ask me any questions about Kdenlive just yet. Yeah, like, it's really, really solid otherwise. Like, if your applications work under Linux, it's generally gonna work fine for a really, really long time. Whereas with Windows, new shit can just happen because they're fucking vibe coding kernel shit now, as far as I can tell. And that's really just, like, not what you want to be doing for, like, an operating system that's supposed to be the backbone of, like, all modern business. Not great. Not great. Generally speaking, unless you're, like... Let's say if you're just a gamer, like, that's most of what you do on your system, unless you play a game with, like, super anal anti-cheat that just hates Linux's pussy, just, like, switch to Arch or something. Or even if you want to go for something... Actually, yeah, if you're a novice, pick up something like Bazite or something. Bazite, I believe, is based on Fedora Linux, which is known to be remarkably stable. It is actually what the creator of Linux, Linus Torvalds himself, uses. That is Fedora. Bazite is based on that, but is, like, heavily customized. Well, I don't know about heavily, but it is certainly, like, it's micro-tweaked to suit gaming use cases. And it is... I don't remember what, like, the proper way to, like, describe this is, but it's kind of like a read-only operating system in a way. So, like, you can install all your games, but if you do any, like, weird tinkering on, like, the operating system side, it'll just like go back to normal on next boot. So it's very, very, very difficult to actually like bork the system. Generally speaking, your stuff will work exactly as it did the day before, kind of no matter what you did. So yeah, if you're a novice to Linux and you just want to like pick it up for gaming, fucking go Bazite, be happy, and you'll probably be chill. If you want to tinker with your system more, go Arch. You get a lot of flexibility if you just go like bare Arch. Steam OS, which is what the Steam Deck and the upcoming Steam Machine use, that is based on Arch. So you can be fairly certain if you start with an Arch base, you just kind of like build up some of Valve's components on top, you're going to get an experience that's vetted by Valve, if nothing else. So it's been still good in the big 2026. I think it's a really nice all-rounder. My biggest concern, holy shit, 11,000 from Chris A. Oh, Chris A is the newest driver. Okay, that's actually really good income. Nice one, Chris. Well done. Hi, Julia. Welcome back. Yeah, I think Mint's a really good all-rounder. My only source of skepticism is it is Debian based, and Debian is quite slow on package updates, particularly graphics driver package updates. I don't know if Mint has more up-to-date stuff. That is something I should probably look into, but I do know that like for like the vast majority of people, like, yeah, Linux Mint is probably fine, especially if you're just like a web browser person, which like so many computer users are just web browser people. Like if you got a shitty old laptop and you just got to do like emails and Google Docs or whatever the fuck, just get Mint. Throw Mint on your fucking thing. Get like Cinnamon, like Linux Mint Cinnamon Edition, and throw it on your cheap ass laptop and be happy. That's generally what I've done with old laptops in this house, and like old iMacs even. It's great. I did miss a message here that I do want to quickly check. God fucking damn it, the face. As far as I know, they don't fully vibe coding everything in Linux yet, but they're doing small scale experiments to see if they can use GenAI to review patches and maybe generate small portions of code, which still sucks, but it's not 5 alarm levels of house fire yet. Yeah, like I'd say even if Linux does like kind of lean into vibe coding a bit, I don't think it could be worse than Microsoft, because Microsoft has like stockholders that they need to like appease to and like prove to them that AI can be useful, so they're gonna like use it fucking everywhere anally, like their lives depend on it. Linux like kernel developers are only really gonna do it like experimentally, just to poke around and see. They don't have investors that they need to appease by proving anything. They could just play around with it. If it doesn't work, they can just give it up. So I'm a lot more confident that that will, whether or not they keep GenAI around in the kernel, it should be fine. One of my friends who's a big gamer recently got into Linux and has had a pretty good experience with Fedora so far. It's pretty good. I was generally like, yeah, I'm thinking of a move to Arch, but Fedora has also been an option for me. I think, yeah, Julia also uses Fedora, so like, you know, oh my god, they're using the same distro. That's so Yuri. Yeah, Fedora is very stable. Mint is a great all-round choice, and Arch is good if you want to get into the knuckles of Linux. Those I think would be like my big choices, honestly. That'd be pretty good. Mint's quite outdated, in my experience, more unstable than any rolling release I've ever used. Interesting. LMD Linux Mint Debian edition is based on Debian. Oh, yeah, I got that mixed up. Linux Mint base is based on Ubuntu. Aren't they looking to move all towards Debian, though? Like, away from Canonical? I could have sworn. Guy who only uses a browser. Yeah, let me open my browser. A lot of people are browser users because companies don't make software anymore. They make websites that are apps. True! I'm an age-old Linux user, but gave up desktop. My partner has now installed Linux Mint on both his computers. One of them had a graphics card problem. The other crashes the entire computer when he tries modded Stardew Valley. Oh no. That's unfortunate. I hope there's a way to fix that. I wonder, hold on, yeah, specifically one for Linux Mint. Maybe give Fedora a go? If it's like crashes you're running into a bunch, maybe Fedora would be good. And if they don't expect to tinker like much at all, maybe just go Bazite. Just get like the read-only root partition. Like, should be good. Wait, give me another Chrome browser. Guys, I'm brainwashing her. Any excuse for you to say that, Julia. Once installed Mint to my mom's laptop, she kept blaming Linux for a website not working how she expected. She still has the same issue when she uses Windows, but she blames the website instead of Windows there. Oh, that's lame. That's lame as shit. I was gonna say, oh, is that maybe because like Firefox? Because I've had issues that's like, oh, Firefox, and I don't have any other browser installed on Linux. And then I like go to Safari on my MacBook, literally anything but Chrome. and it might work. But yeah, no, if we're just like shifting blame around, then that's very annoying. I want to use my Google Chrome. Hello, Rocky Mounts. I've been on Pop! OS from the beginning. I remember I tried Pop! OS, but it was at a point when I wasn't able to like properly commit to Linux. Because at the time, see, my workflow has changed quite a bit from when I was first experimenting with Linux a couple years back. Nowadays, okay, I've been doing like music and video editing and all sorts for quite a while now. And certainly at the time when I was playing around with Pop! OS, which was years ago, the tools were not up to task for what I was doing. Maybe if I completely and utterly decimated my workflow, maybe. Though I'm pretty sure I'd still be like completely SOL on music production, which would have really sucked for me. Especially given, you know, where I am right now. Music is literally, without going into hard numbers, music is the most profitable venture that I have gone on since I started creating.
It's time to drink water.
It is time to drink water. I'm going to take my hands off the wheel. Woohoo! You know the deal. If you have water with you, you should drink it. If you don't have water, you should go get some, because water is good for you. And I will fucking drink to that while taking this 90-degree turn. Woohoo! Don't mind me. Yeah. So it would have completely upended pretty much everything that I'm doing. Oh, hold on. Where am I going? I think it's the shorter path. Yeah. That's the Hull one, right? No, that's Harwich. Harwich? Harwick? I'm gonna say Harwich. But yeah, it would have like which one's my lights again? No, that was my... No, that's my hazards. Nope, that's my hazards again. Aha! Aha! All right. We figured it out. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get there on time. Not a fucking problem. Yeah, I would have completely upended my workflow if I switched to Pop! OS at the time. Nowadays, I mean, Pop! OS, I still think is a pretty decent gaming distro. I think if you want a more modern option, Bazite is pretty good and pretty popular. Yeah, certainly at the time, I only played around with Pop! OS, but I was still flittering between Linux and Windows, mostly just gravitating to Windows in the end. The difference now is I'm not entirely dependent on Windows. In fact, frankly, I'm not dependent on Windows at all for anything, and it's been great. I took the plunge when I got my software internship last year. I invested in a shiny MacBook Pro, like M4 Pro, MacBook Pro, really fucking nice. And that has like taken the charge on all of my creative media stuff, pretty much. That is what I've been editing videos on. That is what that is what I have been producing music on for ages. I don't think I finished Free to Play on that machine, but the next album is certainly like almost entirely done on that machine. It's really good. It's a powerhouse, and because I've now got that for like dedicated media creation stuff, I just don't need Windows. Linux is great for gaming and streaming, and macOS is great for like creative media stuff, and those are the only things I really do on a computer. So I'm happy. I brought water with me on my walk for this purpose. I'm so proud of you, Julia. Well done. Sorry, I did miss a little bit of what looks like Linux kernel discussion. Feel free to chime me in if you want any comments on anything, because I did miss a bit. Taking a quick break from shoveling. Huge, huge. Poor dog has to go and walk it by yourself. What has this world become? That's true. That's really fucked up, actually. I'm just gonna blow the dust off my fully legal Lindows CD. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about Linux for a bit. Oh, and I have a question for you, Ari. What do you use for a music library or player? I could just look it up, admittedly, but I felt like asking you would probably give me a decently thorough answer. Yeah, I can personally attest to looking up music players for Linux being a dogshit waste of time most of the time. You do kind of want to talk to people who like actually fucking use the music players. The short answer, for stream music specifically, I use Strawberry. It is not the prettiest. It takes a while to get used to the layout if you're used to the likes of Spotify, which is what I would have been using in the past. But it is very functional, and it does the job. For most of my recreational listening, especially for stuff that I've bought off Bandcamp and I like own the flax for, I use, I don't know, is it Phation or Phation? But it is basically a Jellyfin music client. It's solid. It works, and it's still getting like pretty regularly updated, and it has actually been improved quite a bit with recent releases. So I can definitely recommend those highly if you're on Linux. If you do have Mac counterparts, I do use entirely different software on Mac OS for listening to my music library. I use Manet. That's M-A-N-E-T, Manet. Manet. I say Manet, it sounds right. That's my Jellyfin music client, and it is really solid. It is built using SwiftUI. It's very familiar if you're an Apple Music user. And for my just like recreational streaming, for music I don't necessarily own, if I'm just looking to like explore new stuff, I literally just use Apple Music. Oh, can you fucking not pull ahead of me, please? I see you in my fucking wing mirror, asshole. Not another McDonald's ad? That's fucked up. No one should be subjected to ads, especially not a McDonald's ad. Slop Donald's. I don't know if... I think I've commented on this before. I used to be, like, pretty chill with McDonald's. But aside from just, like, not liking them as a company, I've not liked their food for quite a while. I can eat it, but it feels like... It's weird. It's hollow, if that makes sense. It tastes kind of hollow, but also just kind of... It can fill you up, but like not in the good way. You don't feel like a satisfied full. You just feel kind of, cool. I guess there's food, or I guess there's something in me now. Fucking course. Julia, thank you for the 5 tier 1s. You've gifted 99 fucking subscribers to this channel. Julia! Don't think I haven't forgotten the fucking 67-year you sent me, by the way. I'll get to that when I can. That was for a specific request. But yeah, thank you so much. Ivy no longer has to watch shitty McDonald's ads. That's awesome. Yeah, no, McDonald's food, it's like, it's there, basically. Pretty much any time I'm in like an area with fast food places, I will go for like a name that I recognize less over McDonald's like any day. Their McFlurries are like the only thing I might make concessions for, but if there's a better ice cream place around, I will definitely go for that instead. Usually a better shout. I unfortunately have a strong dislike of Apple products, so I have no Apple hardware. Thank you for the recommendations. Yeah, of course. Believe me, I do not judge you at all for your disdain for Apple. I do not like them on a corporate level. I think their products have actually been getting worse over the years. But shit, man, if I want to get off Windows, macOS has been a pretty slammin' creative powerhouse for a while. So it kind of just makes sense to go over there. And I'm not fucking with a Hackintosh at the moment, especially not given, you know, the Apple Silicon transition. There aren't like enough generic ARM workstations out there for me to like actually consider swinging for doing like an ARM Hackintosh situation. I don't even know. I think you can do it. I mean, you certainly can do it. It's more like how much of a pain in the ass is it going to be? I mean, thanks. I don't know if I'm legally allowed to like go through here in the way that I just did, but I have done it now. McDonald's is very mid, but the only redeeming thing about it is that it's easy to find basically everywhere. And when I'm hanging out with my friend who can't eat gluten, they're the ones who consistently provide gluten-free options everywhere. Yeah, that sucks. But if they become the only option, that's really unfortunate. But yeah, I'm certainly not gonna complain if it's like, you know, if it is your only option. A lot of people will get like all fucking uppity about you picking an option despite it being the only one available for you. And they just like will not take you into consideration at all. And I'm sure some people already know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about if you participate in like any online discourse in the past couple of years, but it can get miserable sometimes. Some people are just assholes. Really inconsiderate. Sorry to interrupt, but the face kind of sounds like Line Trial Distilled Hill. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what you're talking about. Online discourse, bottom text. True. Yeah. An ARM Hackintosh sounds like it'd crash because there are extension instructions. Oh, yeah, because it's not just base ARM. Yeah. Yeah. FPGA Hackintosh when, baby? Clearly that's the method. I am so going to dink that other trailer, or not. Maybe we're so back. Chat, are we butter? I'll be. We're fucking butter. Fantastic. Admittedly, my experience with Apple hardware is like nearly a decade old, but I've heard from friends that have had Apple phones. They're nice, but some things are frustrating. Yeah. Like most Apple things, they are great when you're doing the things they want you to do with them. So like Apple loves their creatives, so creative stuff is pretty good. Apple pretends to care about gamers, so you have an operating system that pretends to give a shit about gamers. Their smartphones, you know, they're great if you use their app store, and they are horrible otherwise. There's trade-offs. I have considered Android for a while. My last shake with that was the Pixel 8a. It unfortunately, it was a launch Pixel 8a. Like it had just kind of come out in the weeks prior. I think there was like a sale, so I grabbed it. And I don't know, was it growing pains after just being released? But fuck, it let me down, dude. It let me down so hard that I fucking returned it to Google and then traded my old iPhone in for a new one. That's how bad it was. I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to get out of the Apple ecosystem a little, but unfortunately it just didn't sell me. Made a Hackintosh a couple of years back for $100. OS X may be a terrible, terrible place, but it runs well on an old HP super miniature-ish ProDesk thingy. You know, the ones 3 centimeters thick. Hell yeah. You know that pretty well, how awful the being judged for your only option if you lived in the countryside. Oh, that sounds rough. Yeah, I've never been in that position, but man, yeah, if ever there were a good reason to live in the city, it's so you at least have a lot of choice. FPGA would suck because silicon size wouldn't be competitive for the SoC, unfortunately. Yeah, true. Yeah. FPGA is really good for like retro consoles and experimentation, but not for like a production system. I'm waiting for 5 minutes. I have no idea what the chat is talking about anymore. Lamau, I love trucking streams. Your blunder there is a launch model, always by one gen behind. Yeah, true. I think there were things on the 8A that like really appealed to OLED. I think it was OLED by default, I think was what got me. Because it was going to be my first OLED phone, and it was. And it looked pretty gorgeous. But then it disappointed me because it was a launch phone, so I switched to the 13 Pro, which also had OLED. So I got what I wanted, sort of. Apple is such an inconsistent landscape, Lamau. It's kind of painful that you can't cross-compile to it. You need a registered Xcode, hence the hacking Yeah. Felt. I've been using a used Poco F1 since 2022, and if you ignore the completely broken USB port, it's still fine for me. The 5A was also OLED? That was a new darling. What was it then? Was it just because it was like a new Google Pixel flagship? That might have been it. I think it was like a really affordable new Pixel flagship. Maybe I had been looking at the 5A as well. That rings a bell, honestly. Yeah, hard to say. Holy 16 grand. Fuck, man. All right. 21 tons of diesel generators? Say no more. Load that fucking cargo. But I used S22 Ultra like 2 years ago for like €350, and like goodness, that was an insane deal. And it has a stylus which is useful for stimming or non-verbal communication. Huge. Incredible camera too. I have been on the note of cameras. I think I've mentioned this before on a past trucking stream even, but I've gotten really into like a gadget culture. It's not something I've been able to like practically embrace. You were going to let me through because I'm already out. Yes, thank you. It's not something I've been able to like fully embrace just yet, but I'm certainly getting there like on the software side and kind of on a macro level in a way. Ooh, actually, yeah, I'll get more on that in a moment. Like a particular note of that. But the idea of like having, rather than the ubiquitous tool that does it all, but doesn't do all of it fantastically, you instead go for like, you know, single items that do one thing really damn well. And when it comes to photography, I'm reasonably adept with my 13 Pro's camera. I can do a lot with it. I can take some gorgeous fucking nighttime shots if I can get the 30-second exposure time on it. But it does lack a lot of control, namely the fucking AI filtering you cannot turn off on iPhones. I hate that so much. It is miserable. Even if you set it to RAW, it will still AI smear it. It's so fucking annoying. Loads of people complained. They're not doing anything about it. Get fucked, Lamau. So, why can't you turn it off? Apple don't want you to. They, like, there's no... They have a lot of other configurable things. You can change the resolution and frame rates that you record at. You can dial in exact exposures. You can lock in zoom. You can do all sorts of stuff, but you just can't turn off the fucking AI smear. And it kills it for me. I want my filmic grain. It looks so good. So I've actually been really considering getting like a secondhand DSLR or something. I think that would be fantastic for photography stuff. The problem is, I've never really done, like, I've never cared for a camera quite like I would with a DSLR before. I've had, like, little digital cameras you could nearly drop on the ground multiple times. They'd be perfectly fine. But I've never owned, like, a DSLR, and I would be fucking terrified of breaking it. That is my main issue with getting a DSLR right now. Aside from price, because, you know, they're pricey. They can take some abuse. I suppose, yeah, I've never owned one. I imagine, like, the glass on the lenses, it's thick glass, isn't it? They're pretty resilient, I'd imagine. I suppose, yeah, I've seen, I'm not going to tangent off to this, but I have seen, you know, footage of, you know, the stuff going on in the States right now, and I have seen footage of photographers getting fucking knocked over with their cameras in hand. And it's, you know, they're not exactly going, oh, the camera! Like, they're fine. Either they are taking mega sacrifices just financially by bringing the camera out there, which, you know, bravo if they are, or it's not that big a deal. But yeah, interesting notes. I will keep that in mind and hopefully look more at the DSLR market soon. I know the lenses are crazy expensive too. Oh, the lenses are what scare the shit out of you. Well, balls. From experience, you never take your good fancy camera to a protest. You take one you know is going to potentially take... Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. You have your backup, your older camera, whatever. Something you're not too attached to. A thing that can take shots, basically. Yeah, fair enough. Makes sense. Makes me so happy hearing Nerd Out a chat about things we talked about while I was with her. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, gadget culture. I can do photography on my phone, but it kind of sucks. I would love to get DSLR because then I could take some really nice fucking photos. I might even actually start a photography collection. I would be so proud of the things that I take, you know? It'd be super cool. Definitely like so many shots of the stars. I'd have so fucking many. It would be awesome. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to get in there, aren't I? Well, so much for that. All right. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah, DSLRs. Another interesting one. Actually, I'll quickly go through the chat here before it like flies away. Or work one if you're a journalist. Yeah, because then the company expenses it or whatever. Hopefully you're with a company that can afford to expense it. You get vintage lenses for cheap, but then you don't have autofocus. I mean, okay, I've mostly had experience with some pretty crappy autofocuses, but I'm not that phased. I don't mind dialing in my own autofocus, basically. I'm pretty cool dialing that in myself, so not a big deal. I'd mostly be taking static shots as it is, so yeah, I don't think it would really matter to me that much. Ping if you want some recs for... Hold on, I'm not looking where I'm going. If you want some recs for DSLRs or mirrorless, if you want to jump to that already, and lenses by the way. Oh yeah, mirrorless are like more expensive, aren't they? I don't remember why. You need a tracking mount for that, but it's doable. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what most of what you just said means. I've heard of it. To be honest, DSLRs dropped quite a bit in price with the mirrorless arrival. Still investment though. I'd say for my first one, I should just go like a nice all-rounder budget. One thing I was looking at ages ago was when I first looking at DSLRs a long while back, is I really wanted one that could provide me clean HDMI outputs. Because the idea at the time was I would also be able to use it as a webcam for streaming. This is at a time when I was like super down with having my face on streams, which like I could make it work, but also like I'm in my pajamas right now and I'm feeling pretty free with the fact that I don't need to, I mean like I have showered, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if I like missed a day or something. You know, it's low pressure, and the VTuber life is honestly like, it's pretty sweet. Even with my little like PNG Ari doodle, it's pretty sweet. I don't mind it too much. So I'm not in a rush to do away with that right now necessarily. Yeah, still would be nice to have, but I guess it's less of a priority now, so I could live without it. Find manually focus more fun anyway. In the same way where like DJs will say like, oh, you know, auto snapping or auto sync. I don't remember what it's called. Essentially where like your two tracks, one of them beat matches the other kind of automatically. A lot of people get like super puritanical about it and go like, oh, you should learn how to dial it in manually. And like, I don't think you necessarily have to do it, otherwise you're a shit DJ. Like, I think that's really just like stupid and gatekeepy. But I do think there's no harm in learning. I think with a lot of stuff, it's obviously like use tools that help, of course. You know, especially if you're doing something professionally, take fucking shortcuts if you can. If the quality is still good, like, yeah, you're fine. Not the end of the world at all. But, you know, take some time at some point to learn about what's the harder tools were like, you know? If nothing else, you build up an appreciation for like what people did back in the day, which is pretty cool. 1976 vintage fully manual lens. God damn, that sounds sick. Got a secondhand mirrorless and it was a pretty good deal. Nikon Z50, nice. Shooting stars on a long exposure will be blurry because the Earth moves, hence tracking mode for the camera. Interesting. I always thought my shots were like a little bit blurry, but I actually thought that was an issue with, you know, just it's a phone camera. That is a good point. Okay, so you're saying my astrophotography would not be that good on first shot unless I had that tracking mount. Something to keep in mind. Mirrorless is a more recent technology and it's harder to pull some of the things in there despite the absence of the mirror, so it's more expensive. DSLRs are good for secondhand because the secondhand market got flooded at the end of the 2010s when pros and semi-pros moved to mirrorless. Oh, gotcha. You should learn analog photography and developments. I don't know. So my only issue with going like analog with stuff, I like gadget stuff. Oh, thank you. Someone actually let me through. Appreciate it. What was it? I like gadget stuff, but when it comes to analog, thank you for the 10 bits. I'm inching closer every single second. Terrifying. Yeah, I like gadget stuff, but with analog, I find it's generally like I need space for the stuff. I don't know if I have the space for analog photo development. It would be cool, and I think in the future, if I did photography like semi-professionally, it would be, you know, like, you know, learning how to manually beat match your tracks on DJ decks. A really great learning experience for sure. But I'm fine with my digital for now. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, I only just saw. I would like to alert you that I'm halfway to redeeming drinking all the water. I somehow don't believe you are the closest to that number. I'm a little scared of that, actually. Oh, don't say that, Julia. Don't say that. Smile. I admire the stuff photographers went through not even that long ago. I can never do film photography. Oh, yeah, shit. Oh, you're going that way. Sure, boss. Sure thing. I'll go this way now. Bye. You get like 3 billion doodlebugs from Gifted. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure Julia, after 99 fucking Gifted subs, probably has some channel points to redeem to this. What do you think I've been gifting? I thought it was just to support me, not to make me piss myself on stream. You peaked the autism. I gotta send you a photo of my vintage lens now. Huge, huge. You're making so big and full. Ah, awful. I can't believe you just made me read that out loud. Love you, darling. Love you too, Julia. You goober. Oh, yeah. Going back onto the gadget conversation. So aside from photography, like that's something I've wanted to do for ages. Get a DSLR, take all my photos that way, like only really use the phone for like really quick point and shooty whatevers. But like DSLR for like, oh, I actually plan on like taking some like nice photos, or I'm going somewhere where it's like I could see myself making some nice memories here I would like to document in like a proper fashion, you know? But game consoles. I have been a PC gamer for most of my life, for any of you who didn't know. In the earlier days, when I was really, really young, we had a Game Boy Advance, I think a Game Boy Advance, I don't know if it was an SP, it might have been an SP, I believe it was a purple one. Had that very early in my life, and I was on Nintendo DS's and DS Lites through most of the rest of my childhood. We, of course, had a Wii. Everyone had a fucking Wii. I think the last console I took reasonably seriously was our Xbox 360, which we got honestly towards the end of the console's fucking lifespan. I think the Xbox One was out by this point. That's how like late into the game we were. I had played like Xbox 360 at like a friend's house. We played Modern Warfare 3. It was pretty cool. But definitely like Nintendo consoles for like most of my early life. But post 360, you know, I had a laptop. I was gaming a lot on there. I was making fucking YouTube videos when I was 15, 14, something like that. And especially once I got like my first proper PC. It didn't come in purple. That's the original. Oh no, it was a folding one. Yes. I don't remember, was it blue or purple? I'm thinking it was purple, but it definitely folded. I know that for a fact. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, once I got my first like proper gaming PC, I was like, I have no reason for a console, you know? So I was 100% PC gamer for years. Any console thing I want to play was usually a retro game. I'd emulate it, whatever, it's fine. I know there's gonna be a fucking camera ahead, so let me just slow down a bit. Maybe there's a purple one I didn't know about. To my memory, it was purple, but it could have been blue. Hard to say. Or I could be completely fucking wrong, and I just like didn't understand colors when I was younger. But that's the vague picture I have in my head. Yeah, PC gaming for years. Years and years and years. I got an Xbox One S during a Black Friday sale years ago, and it was like pretty cool playing Minecraft Bedrock Edition on it for a while, but I never got like super invested in it because it was like, well, okay, cool, it's the game that I have on my PC already. Okay. Yeah, and also it's worse because it's Bedrock Edition. So that wasn't that enticing, and I very quickly got bored of it. The Xbox basically just became like a YouTube machine after not too long, and now I've got like an Apple TV box, so I literally do not use the Xbox anymore. It is sitting there. In fact, if anyone wants an Xbox on cheap, hit me up. It's only a half joke. I might look at selling it at some point. Although I might not. I'll actually get to why in a moment. I forgot about this part. But yeah, basically, I haven't had a strong connection to console gaming for many years. But something happened over December. I think it was friends of mine. Yeah, the Switch 2 was out. Bunch of my friends had now acquired Switch 2s and were playing like new games on them. A friend of mine got like super into Pokemon Legends EA. Another friend, same friend actually, multiple friends, got really into Donkey Kong Bonanza. Mario Kart Worlds did the rounds. Some people were upset by it. I've played it now. It's a fine game. So what I did was I loaned my brother's Switch 1. And it was just like giving it a go. Just playing Switch games. And it was really nice. Keep in mind, up to this point, Switch games I had been emulating. I'll say it straight, right? I was emulating a lot of games. But now, having actually played on original hardware, the experience was virtually the same. I could play on the same screen. I could still use my Pro controller, which I did also buy, like ages ago. But something about it just like felt nicer. And I even grabbed like a Switch Online so I could play with friends, and it was like really nice. It was solid. It just felt cool. So long story short, I now own a Switch 2 of my own, along with my own copy of Legends EA. I was playing through a bunch of that over winter break in particular, and it was just fun. It was just really nice, and it like rekindled my joy for like console gaming. Around the same time, I had also basically my brother just like gave me his old Nintendo 2DS, original 2DS, so like nothing fancy on it, cheapest model you can possibly get. And I was just like playing some games on that, modded of course, and it was just really nice. So I've also invested in upgrading that to a new 3DS XL, and it's really nice. Got a new DS Lite because my existing DS Lite was fucking completely borked. I attempted to fix it and I somehow made it worse. And it's really nice. And I've come to the conclusion now that if you were at all interested in console gaming, Nintendo's basically the only company that's actually still doing it right. Whatever like reservations you may have against Nintendo, believe me, there are a lot of reasons to not like Nintendo, okay? Just putting that out there. But if you really want a console gaming experience that just like kind of, you just set it, forget it, works out the box. Is that a police car? Nah, we're good. I mean, I was already going up 20 over the speed limit. Who cares at this point? Yeah, like, if you are looking for a console gaming experience that just kind of fucking works, Nintendo's like the only one fucking doing it properly by the looks of it. I have not given a fat flying shit about Xbox or PlayStation for several generations. I never really played PlayStation. I had a PSP. I still have my PSP, actually. It still works. Thank fuck. I think it's the oldest console I personally own that still works. Like, PSP's pretty nice. I have 3 games on it. I have acquired other games to play on it. That, of course, is also modded. But, like, even then, like, the PSP was like a sister console, and like a little sister console, to be clear. Like, it didn't have like the primo titles. It usually had mobile versions of other primo IPs, for what it's worth. But like, you know, 360 era, by the time I got on board with that, it was already kind of on its way out. Console gaming in the Xbox One, PS4 era just felt like it was fucking languishing, and it has never really felt like it's recovered. They try to hype it up a bunch with like ray tracing and whatever. I didn't give a shit about ray tracing when it hit PC. Okay, I lie. I gave a shit because I thought it was really interesting, and then I saw it in practice, and then I officially stopped giving a shit. It was really, really cool seeing it in person, but the novelty wore off within like a week of owning an RTX card. I have not used the ray tracing capacity of my RTX 3060 Ti in, well, as long as I've been using Linux at least, and I haven't missed it. It's been fine. I would easily switch over to an AMD or Intel card if I needed to. Frankly, anything but giving money to NVIDIA. Intel's not great for corporate reasons. AMD's not great for corporate reasons. But look, at the end of the day, I need a fucking GPU, right? So if my card breaks, anything but NVIDIA. But yeah, I don't really need the ray tracing. But yeah, console gaming on that front has just felt kind of sad, and I've not enjoyed it, at least from afar. And the thing is, if you want to play those games on those consoles, chances are there's a PC port, and if there isn't a PC port, it's around the corner, and it'll be on Steam. That already has my library of, I don't even know exactly right now how many hundreds of euro my Steam account is worth. But like, yeah, why not add to the collection that I already have? Why not add to the pile of games I have not played yet? Rather than investing in a console platform where I would basically have to start all over again. It just makes sense for me to kind of stick with PC on that front. But there is something about Nintendo that Xbox and PlayStation are not doing. And it's really nice. And they convinced me to spend my money on a fucking Switch 2 rather than waiting for an emulator to come around, because I just kind of didn't feel like it. For the first time, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just cough up the money. Like, it'll be worth. And I feel like it has been worth. It's been really nice. All of that was leading off of the gadget conversation. Yes, gadgets, gaming gadgets. Console gaming is like decent on the Nintendo side of things. Nintendo does fuck around sometimes, and it is really annoying when they do. I thankfully have not been personally shafted by them, so maybe I'll change my tune if I ever get personally shafted by them. But generally speaking, I mean, I re-entered this ecosystem kind of knowing the risks, so I've kind of planned around it. Like, when you understand that you are up against a kind of adversarial company, say Apple, right? When I'm buying my MacBook or whatever, right? Like, I understand who I'm up against, so I weigh up the risks, and it's like, okay, is this going to be worth it, or is this going to be a heaping pile of shit I'm going to regret spending my money on? And, you know, I weighed it, and I was like, you know, this might just be worth it. And it's been pretty nice. So yeah, separation of concerns has kind of been the name of the game over the past while. You know, migrating away from Windows, it's like, okay, cool. We're going to separate my, like, gaming, streaming, and content creation stuff into two separate devices. My PC does the streaming and the gaming. My MacBook does all the creative stuff. Both of them do, like, development stuff pretty well, like software development, so that's all fine. And, you know, gaming, obviously I'm still going to do a lot of that on my PC. I mean, you're watching me play games right now, but I've noted I really only use this PC now for streaming and gaming. I'll do like some other little tidbits on my PC here and there, but by and large, like, unless it's like just more convenient to boot it up than hooking up my laptop, assuming it isn't hooked up already, like, I don't have that much of a need to use it, and I think that's fine. And yeah, my Mac is there when I want to do music stuff. I have been interested in migrating my music production from Ableton Live to Bitwig, because Bitwig does appear to be supported on Linux. The problem is I would kind of be restarting my workflow in a way. Like, to some extent, I would be restarting my workflow, and that would kind of stink. And in particular, a lot of the plugins that I currently use, like, are pretty fucking essential to how I make music, are, from what I can tell, Windows exclusive. And that's a no-go. That just means I can't make music then. And that seems like a real shame. So for now, you know, music can't move to Linux. At least not for the foreseeable future. My design stuff, I'm not holding my breath. Affinity Suite's been real nice to me. At least Affinity Suite V2. I am still not convinced that whatever this kind of V3, you know, Affinity all-in-one whatever thing is, like, actually a good idea. It's nice that I have immediate access to it, I guess. But I really don't want to get locked into Canva-owned free, for now, Affinity. That's really dodgy for something I would be doing, like, you know, again, production stuff on, but potentially business stuff. Like, I'm just not taking that fucking risk. I don't mind actually paying for software sometimes, you know, especially because I'm a fucking grown adult. I have an income. I can pay bills. Let me just fucking buy the software, and then I can own it, and you can stop shafting me in a couple years' time when you feel like you need to extract revenue. So annoying. Was I going into eco driving or high value? I kind of want to do high value. We're gonna go high value. Yeah, that seems good. Medical equipment to Cologne. Sure. Cologne. What am I doing? Oh, right. Fucking forgot. Oh, I could just press that. I was saying something. Oh, yeah. Affinity, not really trusting that right now. Like the newer Affinity. So, I mean, if they're doing all that shit, I somehow doubt we're going to get a Linux port, like an official one, at least anytime soon. There isn't a solid competitor right now. And if any Linux user tells me just use GIMP, I might throw you. I might defenestrate you. I'll just put it that way. You are at risk of immediate defenestration if you tell me to use GIMP. I have already migrated to Krita for my drawing, you know, that kind of digital art stuff. But when it comes to like graphic design, photo editing, Affinity is the only thing that's like kind of worked for me. I've tried Krita for that use case. The workflow just isn't there for me. It's a downgrade compared to what I'm used to. To be honest, I feel like GIMP is bad at everything it tries. I don't know what happened with GIMP. I genuinely don't know what happened there, and I'm kind of afraid to ask. Because I'm sure the GIMP devs know the reputation that they've got, right? Like, that can't be exclusive to, like, a small subset of people. Like, a lot of people know a lot of people clown on GIMP, if for no other reason than the fucking name it's got. I have seen zero effort, at least publicly facing, that they're doing anything to, like, revamp the software to be more intuitive or whatever. Because even like disregarding, completely ignoring just blatant lack of features. Actually, I don't need to indicate that way. Even ignoring like blatant lack of features, it's just a nightmare to get to anything. And I'm not even saying this blindly. I fully gave it a chance as drawing software. I was aiming to side grade from Krita to GIMP and just see what happens. And I tried it, and it took me about half an hour to an hour to draw one singular Aridoodle disheveled and smoking a cigarette because she had to use GIMP. That is available likely on Blue Sky and Fetty somewhere. I'm sure if you, because I put alt text on all my images, so if you search like Aridoodle Blunt under my name, you're probably gonna find the post. But yeah, I gave GIMP a go, and it's a fucking nightmare, and I don't know how this has not been properly addressed on the surface level. Maybe there's been internal discussions. I hope there have been. And you know what? I'll even give them a pass if it's like they've been discussing it, but it's just really hard. But unfortunately, it doesn't change the fact that the software sucks for me right now, and that's making it incredibly hard to ever consider as an actual recommendation for anyone to do creative work in. And that's just the way it is. I'm very confused to why people suggest GIMP for drawing. I've seen people do it before. I'm confused why people suggest GIMP for anything. Like, okay, here's the thing. It does have drawing tools, so you can use it for drawing. I'm not going to discount that at all. You can do a lot of things in GIMP. My problem is that it's a nightmare to do anything in GIMP. Like, I've heard it said a whole bunch of times before. It's like, oh, GIMP can do everything that Photoshop can do. My immediate first question is like, okay, where's your smart objects? Like, do you have non-destructive effects? And I seem to just get ellipses every single time I ask those questions. Yeah, like, it can do a lot of stuff, though. There's a whole bank of effects. There's lots of brushes, lots of brush types, lots of brush tools. There's a I'm aware that they have text like rendering functionality in there, but I've even heard from GIMP devouts that it's not intuitive. So I don't know. It can't. I don't know if that is that in response to anything or just like a blanket it can't, just period. Yeah, like it can do a lot of stuff. The problem is it is a nightmare to get there. And I don't want to feel punished for my software choice. So I'm going to use the software that doesn't punish me for using it. GIMP is at best a mediocre image editing program. That is unfortunately the takeaway that I've gotten from GIMP. It's hard to perceive it any other way. Because like hell, I've pinged off it on occasion many times before. I remember the very first time I was looking at free Photoshop alternatives and someone was like, "Oh, try GIMP." Got it off a listicle online somewhere back when those were still even halfway trustworthy. And wow, I think that was when I stopped trusting listicles. It's already designed to be an image editor, but it's always had and always will have awful UX. So the problem that I have as well is like it's open source, right? It's GNU. It's gonna be open source. You can just fork it and do your own thing. They just got non-destructive effects a few releases ago. Splendid, wonderful. A few releases ago. It's been years. Better late than never, I guess, but god damn. The G in GIMP stands for GIMP, yeah. But yeah, like, it's open source, so you could, in theory, like, a really dedicated team could fork it and keep all of the features in there, but, like, completely redo the UI to make it, like, actually not a pain in the ass to use, to make it not punish you for using it. But I worry that the cuts are too deep, that it's kind of beyond saving, or at least the amount of like work that it would take to get it to a like a normal person consumer usable state would be nightmarish. And that's just one half of it. The second part, and this is the most disappointing part, a lot of like open source people are not designers, right? This is known. Like there's been the running joke for ages that like Linux software will always look jank. I think that's less so nowadays as Linux has grown in popularity and, you know, designers have actually made Linux software. It's gotten pretty good. Like KDE looks pretty fucking beautiful. Like KDE Plasma looks pretty fucking beautiful. I love it. It's really nice. And like GNOME, despite me like not being as much of a fan of it as Plasma, also looks beautiful. I've seen lots of very beautiful software done in Linux. But for these kinds of open source programs, there's some amount of like stuffiness or just like a general unwillingness to change, where I think even if someone had fully forked, like slapped down shitloads of patches, tried their damn best to work with the core developer team to like, you know, try and work this out, hash it out to make this like the next major version of GIMP. It's a complete overhaul and everything. There would be some combination of like graybeards on the contributor side and graybeards on the user side that would completely and utterly reject it, and it would be dead in the water. Which would be like devastating, but I could just see it happening. It's just like, oh no, I gotta go here. Oh my god! You fucking... Yeah, fuck off. Oh, piss off, seriously? Alright, what's my damage? 1 to trailer, none to cargo. Okay, none to cargo. I can work with this. Good. Oh my god. And they've got a fucking accident up ahead. I'm cooked, man. I'm cooked. Oh, wow. Fuck this immensely. Okay. Well, let's take it real nice and slow here. Let's see how we're gonna navigate this. Oh, fuck off from behind me. What are you doing? Oh, you're going that way. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, there's no way, bro. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Surely there's no way. What? Huh? There's a way. I'm genuinely surprised by that. I thought I was cooked. I had another 4 hours. I probably could have taken another route, but whatever. Fuck it. If the whiskers fit, the whole body fits. I guess, but the whiskers didn't fit. If this game were, like, more realistic, I would have completely fucking snapped off my rear views. Whatever. It worked. I can continue my delivery now. I think there is a fork like that. Oh, of GIMP, really? I suppose someone had to do it at some point. But yeah, my concern would be the graybeards, you know? This is something I've been hearing a lot, especially with open source. Like, the graybeards fucking ruin everything. Because they just hate change. Even if it is, like, demonstrably, objectively for the better. It's a real shame. Join first RE stream in a while. Listener, discuss software and watcher crash a truck. We are so back. It is the full trifecta, isn't it? Let me just make a really dangerous turn here. We are so back. Thank you, Lardar, for 11 months. Holy fuck. Appreciate it. Thank you. Coming up to a year. I really need to get on those new fucking badges, don't I? Eventually. Also, yeah, hello, Missile. Welcome, welcome. I did not check my wing mirrors to the last possible moments, but you know what? We ball. Oh, Sarah, thank you so much. 3 months. Yes, I am doing very well. Thank you. Appreciate it. Graybeards ruin everything, and there's so many examples. So much Linux software could be so much better if the graybeards didn't stunt it by like 5 years to a decade, bro. We could have it so good right now. This truck truly was the Reddit cylinder of traffic accidents? Huh? Reddit cylinder? I don't know what that is. So much software could be better if there were more queers. Exactly. We need less graybeards and more gay people. It is it is imperative that the cylinder remains unharmed. Yeah. Linux and people went outside and took showers. Utopia stock image. Yeah. I mean, I think it's getting a lot better though. Because like we're getting a lot of new blood in Linux, especially with the current, you know, gestures vaguely at tech landscape right now. Like things have been getting a lot better, or at least certainly looking up a lot more. And I'm pretty excited for like the developments that are to come over the next couple years. We're not at year of the Linux desktop. We're not going to be year of the Linux desktop for a while. Frankly, I don't even think it's going to be a definitive year of the Linux desktop. Unless you want to like milestone it at like the points where Linux finally overtakes Windows market share. But you're going to be waiting a while. I think like we kind of just have like a general era Like this I think is like the growing era of Linux. What in the fuck is my GPS having me do right now? What is any of this? Did I take a wrong turn? Am I being sent on the loop-de-loop of hell for my sins? Yeah, my ETA is gone from 20 minutes to 23. I definitely took a wrong turn. Actually, loop of shame. This is a German thing, isn't it? This is a German invention. Das Lupen of Shame. The Shaman Lupen. German viewers currently beating me to death with hammers. As I said. Smile. Bro, this loop is still fucking going. I want off the Apple Command Keys wild ride. I did everything you said to the best of my ability. Oh wait, was I supposed to go here? Well, no. It is this way. Ostensibly. At least you don't have to drive 20 kilometers in 2 directions. Hi, Ellie. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. Straighten out. Let's try this again. Oh, fucking hell. Let me... I'm not doing 2 loops of shame. You can get fucked with that nonsense. We are just reversing. So was I supposed to go straight? It does not look like I'm supposed to go straight there. Hey, maybe they want me to go straight. Whatever. Fuck off! I'm trying my best here. Oh my god, finally I'm off the loop of shame! Honestly, I wasn't prepared for how loud it was either. It just kind of was. Oh, and I'm getting red lighted. Man, I don't want to end the job. Mods, throw a second loop of shame in there. Oh boy. Mods, detach your cargo. I don't remember what I was talking about now. Oh yeah, Gimp is being gimped by the Greybeards. Sure. Crazy oversimplification of that entire discussion, but yes. Good news, my incredibly loud truck horn is still incredibly loud over my equipment. Mod, summon a police car in front of ours truck so she has to run into them. That's fucked. Right. I swear, I need to take pause whenever I take a German job. Oh, am I gonna... Nope. Yep. Perfectly safe. No traffic violations. Oh, wait, I disabled traffic violations, didn't I? Whatever. Don't tell the RSA. Take pause. Oh my god. I sometimes forget my audience is filled with furries. Slash pause? Pause. Can these lights not go fucking red every single time I approach them? Very inconvenient. Slash pause. Chat going fucking crazy because I said pause. That'll be funny right now. I saw the audio meter in OBS go full red. Like, it was unhappy. It was big mad with what I just did. I want you to know that if I ever did like ASMR stuff, I would never do this because I would be like heartbroken to break your trust if I were to do something like that. But we're not doing an ASMR stream, so funny every time. No red line, no headline. True. I was looking at modem commands and it jump scared me. Oh my god. Very amusing, yes. Tormenting my viewers. You tell me you wouldn't be a goblin, do silly things? I mean, I could, just, you know, quietly. Basically, I would never, like, just hold a fucking air horn up to the mic to, like, wake people up from their slumber. That would be cruel. I wouldn't enjoy it if it was done to me, so I don't do it to other people. That's kind of like a rule of thumb, generally speaking. It's just muffled Arya, then truck. Been sentenced to adverts. Mod, save me. Ooh, whoops. I've actually been considering something. I have considered a Patreon. I'm really mixed on doing it though. See, I am such a stickler for, like, if you're going to give me money, I want you to, like, get something in return. So, like, when you subscribe on Twitch, you get the streams. Speaking of, thank you for demonstrating, Julia. Thank you for the gifted. Yeah, whatever. I slightly butchered that, but it's whatever. Mods do not save me. Lol, whatever. 13 grand. Oh, even further across Germany. Yeah, just give me something going back to the Netherlands. I want to at least come back home. It's time to drink water!
It's time to drink water.
Woohoo! You know the deal. If you have water, you should drink it. And if you don't have water, you should go get some, because water is good for you. Hell yeah. You know the deal. Bing chilling. I'm sorry, I don't actually know enough Chinese. I do want to learn. Chinese would actually be super sick to learn. I did learn something. I didn't really learn it. I can't really remember exactly what it was, though. I learned a funny phrase the other day. Some who have been with me in voice chat recently may know what I'm referring to. Oh, I'm hitting the I'm hitting the brake, not the accelerator. Yeah, I was thinking about a Patreon. The thing is, I'm a huge stickler on, like, if you give me money, you need to get something in return. It just makes sense. If you subscribe to me on Twitch, that supports the streams. You get the streams. That's kind of that transaction is already settled. So I'm happy with that. If you buy my music, you get the music. I don't need to spell that part out. It's mutually beneficial to both sides immediately. But with a Patreon, it's a harder sell for me personally. Now, yeah, I'll elaborate on that in a bit, but it's a harder sell for me because I do not produce stuff. I do not create things that are presentable at the rate that I see most other folks with Patreons do. Now that said, I, over the past while, have supported a lot of Patreon pages. Some notable examples: I support People Make Games because they do fan-fucking-tabulous journalism, and I love them to bits. They're a great crowd, very cool people. They were one of my first. Someone I supported recently, I forget, is it Dragoheart Animations? If you ever seen it's like Minecraft animations, not like in Minecraft, but like the Minecraft characters, Minecraft worlds, but it's like their own art style, but like kind of anime style, Minecraft, kind of like, it's like kind of comedy, kind of romance stuff is the vibe that I've picked up off of it. It's like just like kind of sweet, like personification of like all of the different mobs in the game, and you know, Steve and Alex are there. It's cool. I enjoyed their stuff. I saw they had a Patreon, and I think they're now doing their stuff full time. So I was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep that going. That'd be cool. Yeah, I've been supporting them. It's a whole bunch of people that I've started supporting, and these are not necessarily people who are active, in the sense that I would hold myself to that kind of standard, you know? I can't really see there anyway, whatever. Just go. Yeah. Sometimes you don't need to get anything out of something. You just do it to support people that you care about. I've gone to a Patreon for 5 months without getting anything. Yeah. It's interesting. Because, like... Well, I'm just adjusting my hair behind my headphones. Because, yeah, some people are just in it for the love of supporting creators. And actually, yeah, Patreon does this thing every time you, like, start a membership with someone. They'll ask, like, oh, you know, what are you excited to do as a supporter of this creator? And one of the options is just to support this creator financially. And I select that option every single fucking time I support a page. Because generally speaking, that's it. I'm not the kind of person... Well, I'm getting more into it now, I guess, now that I have a lot of money invested in it. You know, I don't often check the Patreon app or website or what have you. I get notifications, and they're kind of nice. I don't, like, check out every single one of them. There's a lot that I do kind of skim past. But... it is primarily, it's like, yeah, I like what this person does. Even if, actually, here's a fun one. There's VTubers that I've supported who I don't actually really engage with that much, but I do just like their vibe. I like their style. I like what they're doing. So I just support them. Even if either that or the whack for me, usually both. I mean, yeah. Hell yeah. What was it? Fucking threw me off with that one. That's funny. Yeah, so those kinds of creators, there are a couple people I've supported without even engaging with their like Patreon stuff, like they're non-exclusive. You know, like a VTuber, like I mentioned. I like them just like as a, at least certainly like how they present themselves. I'm not going to be so parasocial, go like, oh, them as a person. I don't know what they're like as a person. I haven't met them. But, you know, what I've seen from like shorts and clips and little bits of streams I've been able to catch, they seem like a very nice person. So I support them, even though because of time zone shenanigans, I basically can't catch a single stream that they do. And even if I do, it's only very, very briefly. So, you know, I guess I'm hypocritical for asserting that I must provide something, but I certainly don't want to set myself up like it's perfectly okay for me to just like ask for money and not give anything back for it, I guess. Because it's not mutual aid, right? I'm not in desperate need of money. I'm fine. The main reason I would be starting a Patreon is as another avenue to forge, like, me making the stuff that I do a more feasible long-term career path for me, you know? Like, the sooner I can sufficiently pay bills with like, creating, the better. That's kind of, like, the ultimate goal. Right? To be able to pursue this as like my job. It would be really fucking great. So that it would be mostly in service of, you know, doing that. Yeah. I'm fucking working on. How soon? An hour. How far away am I? You're not telling me. 24 minutes. Fucking relax. We're fine. Don't even worry about it. But go ham it up with the fucking music if you must. Yeah, so yeah, I could just open up and go like, hey, look, if you want to support, that's great, that's awesome. I might even make like a Patreon only, like the least I can do is give like a Patreon exclusive Discord channel, right? Or like a category maybe. And maybe I show off what I can in there. But because of like the kind of creative stuff that I do, certainly it's on the music side. I'll give it to you this way. Don't expect to get like music previews through a Patreon route. Maybe I switch up on that in the future, but at the moment I have no plans to like show early music stuff because I'm quite precious about that stuff. I'll show it to like friends, close friends in voice chat, where there's kind of like this trust and like they know how I work and like the kind of stuff that I want. What about scrapped music stuff? That I wouldn't rule out, actually. I hadn't thought about that. It's an interesting idea. She shows it to me. I have pretty privilege. She has the most pretty privilege. She basically has the most up-to-date copy of my next album just sitting on our drives. Among other things. Smile. Yeah, she's got puppy privilege. That's true. What was I gonna say? God, the music is still going. You're so extra. What for? I'm basically here. But yeah, so like, don't expect upcoming music snippets. Maybe some scrap stuff, maybe something like that. I don't know. It is good music. It's just like I'm having a conversation. This is way too extreme for a chat about a Patreon. Yeah, what I might do, like, yeah, minimally, you gotta get like a Discord exclusive or a Patreon exclusive Discord channel. That's like the least I can do. If I did, I mean, I haven't been able to lately because A, I've been too busy, and B, I'm looking at kind of upending a lot of my workflow and like retooling and stuff. But videos, it would be really cool to do like early access video snippets, because that's also a very tried and true, like that's a solid thing to do with a Patreon. I don't know if I would early show off early stream stuff. I have some kind of ambitious plans for stuff I want to do in that area, but I'm also like very precious about that as well, to the extent where like genuinely close friends here, right? If I have like a whole new fucking like stream decor and layout and stuff just like ready to go, I am very unlikely to show it to you until the actual stream happens. Because a big thing for me is like keeping the magic, right? Like I want it to be like, if I do a huge revamp of shit, I want it to be this big like sudden reveal and like everyone gets to see it at once. Even I haven't seen your lights. I don't have any. That's why. Like I'm not hiding anything currently, but if and when such a thing happens, it's unlikely that's going to be shown off anytime too soon. I'll take this last job for the night, I think. I didn't see the Halloween one. Oh, the Halloween one I think we did in real time. I think that was done during the stream. There was so little prep done for that. Ooh, did I take a job already? I need to sleep. I forgot to get my nappy nap. Oh no, this could be bad. I'm gonna fall asleep at the wheel, I think. When do they want this by? 7 hours. It's a short distance. I might actually be able to snack it, okay? Yeah, just do the delivery. You're late? Yeah, possibly. Yeah. So don't expect new stream layout stuff. Now, pre-release, like stream highlights? Sure. Never uploaded a video to Patreon, but it's a common enough thing. I imagine there's a solid workflow for it. So that is like a thing I could do for sure. Snippets of upcoming videos could be done as well. It kind of depends on the nature of the video. Like, if you couldn't tell, I'm very focused on like how could I actually deliver value as part of me starting a Patreon. But yeah, certainly if people just wanted to support for the fuck of it, I obviously appreciate the ever-living fuck out of it. I mean, I already appreciate the fuck out of all the support I've gotten so far. Like, the support on streams. Wow! Alright, darling, you don't have to provide value to the stockholders. Okay, yeah, I don't see it as like a shareholder relationship. I see it as, I mean, like, if anyone paid me, right, I'd want to do a job that's, like, worth the money. Yeah, I know, I'm trolling. Yeah, I can see how it would be, conceived that way, because it is kind of how the approach that I'm taking, almost, in practice. Like, yeah, if I'm getting paid, especially for, like, non-essential work, I want to make the work worth the money. Like, I'm not oh my god. Okay, yeah, like providing value. It's like a big massive company. It's like, okay, yeah, this company's gonna make like Mondo bucks regardless of whether I'm working at like peak tip-top performance that day or otherwise. I'm sure they like me too, but let's be real, we all have our down days. We're only at our best and brightest some days of the year. But certainly for like people supporting my creative work, where there is so much love and care put into that, like I really want to make it worthwhile. Ultimately, I wouldn't want, you know, oh, what is going on here? Am I gonna have to avoid this too, or is this just like off to the side? It's just off to the side, we're fine. I don't want to be in a position where it's like, oh, I'm like changing what I do to retain like patrons or something. That'd be kind of lame. I do try and optimize for viewership by just like trying to be entertaining, but I also still try to like do things that I enjoy. Like these truck streams, this is mutually beneficial, I feel. They're kind of easy for me to do. It's a fun time hanging out with chat. Everyone seems to enjoy them. It's a great time. So like I will always try and make it fair on both sides, basically. That I think is the big thing. I want to, like, the whole point of this is for me to do things that I love and make it a career. And in order to do that, I need to, you know, also make it worthwhile for other people. So, you know, I do the streams, but I, like, you know, I could just sit here silently just driving this truck and not engage with anyone. It would be a lot easier on my voice. Or I could put in the effort and be the yapper I was born to be and yap for 2 hours straight before I call it a night. Oh, I'm running out of fuel as well. Okay, well, that's going to be slightly harder to ignore. When is the next rest stop? It's a little while away. Okay, well, we're going to work with what we got. Our streams are fun, except I'm stupid and we're pretty late because I forgot. Nah, you're stupid. We are just starting back up, so really, like, especially, hey, VOD watchers, if you wanted to catch a stream but you missed it, do not feel bad at all. I totally understand. Even if you're like world's most dedicated Twitch viewer or whatever, and you want to catch like every single stream, like, don't feel bad. I've been out for a couple weeks at least. Like, we're all getting back to the swing of things. Hi VOD heads, exactly. Hi VOD heads. Hopefully, actually, yeah, with the new tools I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, they might actually get out soon. Give me I actually, you know what, I don't want to put a timeline on it. Give me time. There's things I still need to buff out, but we are very close to the VOD uploader tool being ready. And hopefully, like, the ideal, if I can get it exactly how I want it, the ideal situation will be like, I end a stream, I dump my footage on my NAS, and my server will just automatically sweep through it and just upload it in the background. The most I'll have to do, at least for like the first little while I'm just trialing it, is like mark them as public manually. But other than that, I just want them to like go up. I don't wanna like finagle with it. Like, the quicker I can take that load off, that's more time that I've got to, you know, just do the actual streams, focus more on actually like editing the VODs and stuff like that. This close to finishing. It is actually very close. For those who missed me mentioning that at the beginning of the stream, yeah, I'm working on an automation tool because I haven't uploaded any new VODs since the birthday jamboree on the 26th of July. Was it 26th or was I off by a day? I think it was the day of. Yeah, I haven't uploaded any VOD since because I was putting a lot more effort into those than I really ever needed to. And it was way too time consuming, and especially when the college semester started back up, it was just not feasible. I couldn't allocate that time to it anymore. So I just stopped doing it. But I had always planned, since then, I had planned for some automation solution. And I finally put, you know, code to text documents, I guess, a little bit before the end of the year. And that work has resumed more recently because it was taken, you know, the winter break. I didn't really think that much about streaming at all. But I'm putting more work into that recently, and we are already now at a stage where I can go into a directory, just like tell the program to scan it, get all of the, is it this way? I think it's this way. Hi, police car. What's shaking, bacon? Yeah, so I already have it where this program can now go into a directory, scan all the footage files, stitch them together because I have them split in like 1 gigabyte intervals. and upload them with a fully formatted title, customized to that particular stream, with a description nicely formatted. Like, it's just good. It's great. I'm jazzed. There are things that I still do want to work out though. I need a mechanism for making sure that I'm not double uploading the same VOD. There's currently no like memory for that yet. I need a way to like preserve login credentials, because currently I have to like manually do the whole like sign in with Google whatever every time I start the program. I need to look a little bit into that, see if I could get like, you know, a token that can automatically refresh or something like that. I don't like, that is a thing that you can do. I just don't know if YouTube's authentication specifically provides that. We will see. And then I need a mechanism to actually... Do you miss a rest stop? There's a fuel stop, but I think it was on the other side of the road. So we're 15 minutes away. I should be okay. I really hope I have enough fuel to cover it, but I think I'll be okay. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. I think you need to save a refresh token that can get you temporary token that you can use the API. It's very overcomplicated. It makes sense though. Like, it is authentication, and I am hooking this up to like one of my main channels. So like, I'm not complaining. They care about security. The fact that it's difficult to navigate is kind of a feature rather than a bug. But yeah, yeah. So memory on if something has actually already been uploaded or not. I need it to preserve some login state so it can't just run in the background. Critically, I then need to actually test it in the background. I will be trialing it privately for a while, and then once I know it's like good to go, then I'll like start publishing the VODs released by it. And then, oh yeah, ideally, because currently I have to like manually create... Oh, I thought my fuel ran out. No, I just hit the fucking brake. Oh my god. We're fine. It's all good. Ignore the fact that I'm crazy tired and my truck's about to run out of fuel. We're fine. Anyways. Oh, what the... I was trying to figure out the zoom button. That was not the zoom button. I don't know what the zoom button is. Whatever. We'll never find out. Yeah. Basically just like a couple finishing touches. It is currently in a state where I could, if I so wish, just like manually upload a whole bunch of stuff and it would still be like way fucking faster than what I did before. But the trick is, I don't just want it to be faster, I want it to then be automated. I want to literally never have to think about it again, except for remarking like how cool it is that I have this tool that just does it all for me. That's the end goal. And once I have that, you know, polished off, trial tested, I will hopefully be able to come to you at some point in the near future and say, hey, all of the VODs are now going up. And that will be awesome. I'm excited about it, though. I will probably open source it as well when I'm done. I'm decoupling it as much as I can from like my personal needs and trying to make it like pretty versatile. So, yeah. Hopefully, this is something that I can actually like give to other people. And they can use it for their own nefarious purposes or whatever. Don't make bombs with it or whatever. You know, obligatory, I don't like the military warning. Bro, you're so loud. Chill. Oh, here's the sleeper. Here's the sleeper. The big yawner, big napper. Over here. Good enough for me. We're nearly out of fuel. Bangarang. Huge. Right. Wow, look at that. We're nearly at $1,000. In fact, actually. One loan repaid. Now I need to repay 100,000 euro. That's fine. That's okay. Actually, wait. Have I not paid off any of this yet? It doesn't look like I have. Has a full day not passed? Did I do all of that in a day? That can't be right. I know I'm kind of cracked, but oh no, we're in the green. Yeah, I'm pulling in money. Okay, fucking sure, bet. Yeah. Let me find the nearest rester. Oh, that's a garage. I need to fuel. Well, I can rest there on the way, I guess. Oh, what the fuck, man? Okay, we go there, and then we go here. No! Why do you do this? Okay, no. We're going here, but then here is a... No? Is that right? Okay, you know what? I think the mapping's just like a little bit goosed. That's fine. Only truck sim player to worry about that. The melody just fading into the background. Alright, let's get this bitch some fuel quick! I need it badly. Fuel and sleep. Because this bitch do not stop yawning. If you ever go for another truck, let me know and I'll get texture sorted. I'm so attached to this one, I would be oh, there goes that yield sign. I'm so attached to this one, I'd be surprised if I ever moved, to be honest. I mean, upgrading the engine, I guess, but like... I know, oh, that's not looking good. I know you switched brands, to get like a faster truck, but like I'm already pretty quick. I'll make it better than before. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit terrified by that notion. Yeah, I am not looking to buy you. Because you are in... Where am I, actually? I don't know. But I do just want to rest here. Oh, fucking really. Come on. At least clip into a rest zone. Oh, God. That's fine. We're okay. No? Nothing? Oh! Oh! Fucking really? Oh, there we are. Cool. Oh, new driver's already pulling in some money. Good, good, excellent. And that's perfect because I'm really gonna need some fuel and or money for a tow very soon. Yeah, hopefully when I have a lot more time on my hands, it would be, I don't know, there was a red there, but I can't really see anymore, and I don't see anyone else, so I'm just gonna go. I have really cool ideas for a redesign. It's not expected to be like major. Like we're not doing a full fucking rebrand kind of deal, but I'm essentially looking to kind of just like refine what I've currently got. You know, evolve it a little bit. Perhaps in the future there'll be room for a full rebrand, but at the moment I'm kind of happy with the aesthetic we got. I just want to polish it, you know? A VTuber model would also be sick. Like a proper VTuber model that like bounces and has face tracking and whatever. I've not been looking... Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. I totally should have been like crashed into at that moment. I totally deserved it, but whatever. What was I gonna say? Yeah, VTuber model would be super sick, but I don't have a reference for my Sona yet even. So I don't have anything I could even pay an artist to do. Realistically, I should get on, you know, paying an artist to do this stuff, because that's like I'm starting to accept now, like, I love doing digital art, but I'm always so like overwhelmed by the idea of doing it because I already do so much other stuff, and any time I spend working on one skill is time I'm taking away from learning another. And I think I do need to settle, and I've discussed this on another stream as well, actually. I really need to settle into like, what are the things I want to do long term? And I think the big things that I would like, I know I'm already really good with and would really like to pursue. Obviously, I'm pretty good with streaming. I'm pretty good with music. Yeah, good with streaming, good with music, and certainly on a professional level, I'm pretty damn good with software. I don't know if I enjoy writing software for the love of like hacking shit, you know? What in the fuck? Was that a train? I think that was a train? Whatever that was, it was really fucking loud. But yeah, certainly on professional level, I'm really good with software. I enjoy doing it as a hobby for the love of just like hacking shit together. Like, oh good, trailer damage, that's fantastic. Like the VOD uploader. That's me like hacking shit together to make like an improvement to my workflow so I can do other stuff more efficiently. And I love shit like that. So I'll definitely continue doing that on a hobby level. It is!
It's time to drink water.
But yeah, those are like the three things: music, streaming, software, certainly professionally. Not as much as a hobby nowadays as I used to. It's more just kind of like that's my professional skill. That's my hireable skill. Everything else is like I do this for the love of it purely. Like I have no intent on like signing on to a company to make music for them. I can be contracted, I guess, but like I need to have like a personal relationship with the person I'm working with. Otherwise I'm just not feeling it. I am going to very quickly try and plant myself somewhere that isn't garbage, and more importantly not on a loop of shame. Do I just go back to Cologne to do the next job? Honestly, I could just fast travel somewhere. I have enough money. You know what? There's good jobs in this area, in the Germany area. Tell you what, I will, for the sake of exploration, I'll actually travel out here. Yeah, that's good. We'll travel out there, and we'll have those businesses to do trade with. And yes, indeed, it is time to drink water. If you have water with you, you should drink it. If you don't have water, you should go get some, because water is good for you. I'm gonna drink to that while doing this fucking turn of death. Are these loops like punishments by the gods or something? Like, who came up with this shit? It's evil. My employability as a software engineer when the interviewer says I will have AI in my job position. Oh, yeah. Genuinely, my go-to response, and it was kind of like this during my internship, but I've refined it more since. My go-to response, if I am ever asked in the future, by some higher-up manager about my use of AI in software dev, it would be like, look, you pay me enough to actually do the job. I do not personally feel like AI is actually doing the job, and frankly, AI, I don't think, can be trusted to do the job because of the fundamental technology that underlines it. It is not competence in the way the software developer is. It's... Okay, this is a much more long-winded response, actually. I had something more succinct written out before, but this is me yapping now. Because of the way that, like, language models, because that's what we're ultimately referring to, right? When you're writing software with AI, you're talking a language model that has, like, shut up, oh my god. That has a lot of, like, code already trained into its model, right? So it's... Sure, it's decent at writing boilerplate that I probably could have also just written really, really quickly because it's boilerplate, ergo I should just, like, know this shit. Even better if I've just got, like, a template ready to go, right? Like, that would be great. But, yeah, bottom line, I don't trust it. I just don't fucking trust it. And for the money you're paying me in a software development position in Ireland, do you really want me using AI? Like, seriously? That's... You wanna pay me to put potential company secrets into a chatbot? It doesn't even matter if it's like, oh, it's our own, like, company specific. We trained it on all our own stuff. It runs at our own server. It's like, cool, yeah. It's still a word prediction algorithm. It doesn't actually know how to write the fucking code. It doesn't actually know what's good for the customer, what's good for anyone. It doesn't know what's good. It just predicts the most likely response to your input. So to entrust a technology like that with developing software that you're going to put in front of paying customers, and when I like with my last job, we're not even talking like, oh, individual users. We're talking enterprise customers. We're talking big fucking companies here. Do you really, really want to trust that in a word prediction machine? And again, yeah, sure, it's the company's own. Oh, it's the best. We have the best. No one has the best because none of them are good. Like, if you're really going to challenge me on that, like, please rationalize to me how this is actually, like, positive at all for us, aside from just keeping, like, upper managers and ergo shareholders happy. Because other than that, if you actually are paying me to write software, let me write software. Don't tell me to outsource. Like, think of it this way. It's brutal, right? Like, who knows? Depending on the boss you have, if they're a fucking piece of shit, this could cost you the job. But, like, if you're going to pay me to use AI, then fire me and just replace me with AI. Like, then you don't need me. What I bring to the table is a fucking learned intuition and human experience, so I actually understand at least the fundamental concepts of what is good and bad. You don't get that with AI, because that's not what AI is fundamentally. So yeah, if you're so fucking hell-bent on this thing taking over the industry, let it. And wipe out all of your staff. And in a couple months' time, when you realize how much you fucked up, I'll take a pay rise. Basically. It's very cocky shareholder garbage. That's how I see it. I fucking remember when this tech was like a cool, interesting novelty to look at and explore, and now it's become a fucking tragic nightmare that has poisoned almost everything it touches. Not because the technology is inherently evil, but because the people using it are fucking tool bags that don't know what they're actually doing. I don't even remember how I got on that massive rant about AI. But yeah, that's been my stance for a bit. I'm like, yeah, if you're gonna pay me to do the work, let me do the work. Otherwise, put your money, like, actually put your money where your mouth is. Don't fucking play pretend for the investors. Like, really show your shit. Are you serious or are you not? And if you are serious, be prepared to handle whatever consequences that might bring. I used AI to cheat at school before it was cool. I remember trying to make cool stuff with it when OpenAI had their beta. It was neat. Yeah, like, OpenAI were like kind of neat back in the day. Remember before Sam Altman was like a weird fucking right-wing supporting grifter bastard? I mean, he was probably always like that, to be real. Like, he always most of the tech billionaires have the goodest boy attitude. That's like always just so it's very punchable. It's very, very punchable. I actually want to turn the other way now. I've changed my mind, but I can still make this work. It's fine. It's occurred to me actually, because you know, I am the yapper and that is what people come here for, and I am, you know, also focusing on the game in the meantime. We're kind of quickly getting to a point where you know, the streamers where it's like they'll be saying whatever they're saying and then chat is just flying by past them. I am like kind of fast approaching that point, I feel. Where like chat will occur and I will miss a lot of it. And I hope that, you know, in the inevitability that this happens, by the way, like if I get more viewers, this is going to happen. I am eventually just not going to be able to keep up, and I'll only be able to occasionally glance and then make remarks on stuff. I hope that is not a downer for anyone. Do feel free to like actually ping me like at AriSpaceGirl in the Twitch chat if you are like really like serial, I gotta see what it is that you're saying. And please don't feel like I'm just like airing you or whatever. Go use a VIP chat thingy. I do know that sub-only chat is a thing. Followers-only chat is also a thing, but like, let's be real, it's not gonna have an effect here. At a certain size, follower only is certainly on the cards, but I don't feel the need to do it right now. It's fine. That would be more of like an anti-raid measure or something. Sub only would be, I mean, certainly at my current scale, that would be like the nuclear option. Like, damn, shit's rancid today. Even at a large scale, like, I'd at least like followers that like don't have money to throw at me to be able to engage. That would be nice. Message highlighting, true. It's possible for me to miss it. Like, chat is in my peripheral right now. I do intend on a monitor upgrade at some point in the future, so I don't know how much that'll necessarily stick. But yeah. It might catch my eye. I think it has historically caught my eye. But it's definitely going to be case by case, I think. VIP chat, like many people, VIPs are in a separate stream with just VIPs. Okay, brother. Sure. Interesting, this fuel stop doesn't seem to have rest points. That's peculiar. I'm literally just stopping here. I'll fuel up a little bit, but I'm gonna save here. We're in a good spot. Fucking face. God damn it. Alright. Beautiful. Give me my music again. Give me my music. Let's, yeah, cool. Alright. Now I can focus entirely on chat. Nullifying all the problems I was just talking about. I got my big Twitch dashboard open now. I know VIP is separate. Yeah. It's like VIP and mods. Is this like an exclusive stream? Or just like a separate stream with just VIPs? Okay. So what, like a regular viewer wouldn't even be able to watch? It's only people that I or a mod have VIP'd? I don't know if Chemod's VIP. They're higher rank, so I would think maybe, but... As far as I know, VIP is just separate chat. Twitch says you have a second chat window as the streamer, you only see VIP chats. Oh, interesting. Oh, but everyone else still sees like the regular stuff. Interesting. I feel like I would want to have both. Well, I guess at that scale when I'd really need to do such a thing, I would hopefully have enough moderators to like actually chip in and like, you know, handle the horde should anything occur. But yeah, interesting. For everyone else, they're mixing with regular shit. Yeah, so it's more just for like, so the streamer can focus on like just the, you know, the toppest of top people, the goodest of boys and girls and NBs and so on. Chipping in like the samurai song. Brother looks at chat and bites people. Huge. Sing that song, I'm chipping in. Huge. I'm actually I'm gonna do some grants here. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do, I'm gonna bring some people up in the world real quick. There's no just like VIP button. Well, get fucked, Lamau. I have to type this manually, and my keyboard is off to the side. This could not be more inconvenient today. Wait, does that actually work? Hold on. VIP, that. Gotcha. Particularly going for like, you know, regulars that are like cool and whatever. I'm just promoting VIPs all over the place. Because that would be cool in the future. Actually, yeah, it'd be pretty neat if like, you know, we're like the OGs, right? Everyone that's like regularly been tuning in since the early days just like gets VIP. Kind of like grandfathered in. That'd be cool. The Malay has been reset because I'm on Firefox now. It's over. Trying to find like all of the different folks that I can do the VIP to. Okay, well that's everyone at least in my chat history that I can see. So many people got the diamond now. Let's go. Funny thing, highlights by message does not actually show that prominently on this UI. Interesting. Kind of a nothing burger. Be cool if it was at least like colored, but it's just like kind of whatever right now. All right. Well, we have that, so that's nice. So if I ever did do a VIP only chat, y'all are now part of that. How do I get that VIP only chat, by the way? How does that work? I have the one and only 24k gold RE Space Girl VIP chat badge. Well, most of chat will be VIP. Well, that's kind of the whole bit, yeah. You know, because y'all are regulars in like the early stages, so there's a trust in there. I expect y'all to behave yourselves. I do not know where this like fancy VIP chat is. There should be a colon 3 with fangs, I think. Yeah. What would that look like? I can't think of any like ASCII characters that would effectively do that. Ampersand? Awkwardly. Right. On that note, this has been a lovely stream back. Thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. It's been rad. Oh man, it has to be normal. What do you mean normal? You're mod. You're higher rank than VIPs. You literally have puppy privilege. Yeah, it's been a great night. Thank you all again for stopping by. This is the first stream of the year, and oh man, this is gonna be exciting. We are gonna have some cool shit this year. I can feel it. Not a lot of stuff is planned, to be clear, right now, but I can tell a lot of cool shit's gonna happen. I was reminded I have marked the like RE Melody Live anniversary day. For those who were like not like graybeard old gens, RE Melody Live originally streamed on Tuesdays and Fridays, which are days I basically never occupy nowadays because of my current schedule. So the inauguration day actually lands on a Tuesday, kind of awkwardly. But I'll just rotate it to like the Monday or the Wednesday around it or something. At some points in the future, actually, schedules depending, it would be really cool to unlock the Thursday slots. After 4 stream days in a week, I'm probably not going to add a 5th beyond there. I've talked about that before. It was originally just 2. I was like, 3 would be really cool. I don't think I'd go past 4. So I'm happy with 4, if we can hit that. I'm not going to do that now, though. I'll at least wait till the college semester's over, because college shit's way too unpredictable. But once I'm like working and I've got a really consistent schedule where I know I can clock in, clock out, and we're done, that's pretty much I could be reasonably certain is when I will bring in Thursday streams. So that'll be exciting. 4-day stream week, huge, massive even. Thank you for streaming. Belated Happy New Year as well. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. I suppose I wished in advance in the like Christmas jamboree, but yeah, absolutely. Would a Tuesday one year be a different day of the week next? No, it seems to still land on a Tuesday, actually. At least I think it does. At my cursory glance, it does. Actually, wait, hold on. I've got my calendar. I can just check. 1 second. I started streaming in May. So let's look for... Not then. Yeah. Tuesday, the 5th of May is the RE Melody Live anniversary. I presume I started on the 5th of May, 2025. I think, maybe, I guess. Ooh, Monday might be a good day to do an anniversary stream. It is a bank holiday Monday that day, which means my college would be off. Oh, wait, no, it's early May. That's going to be like kind of start of exam season. Oh, fuck. I don't know how I'm going to manage that. We'll know closer to the time. We'll figure it out. We'll ball. But yeah, it's going to be a cool year. We're going to have the first anniversary of me doing these streams. And I mean, already we're over half a year of me doing this, and it has been an absolute delight. And I have all of you guys to thank for that. It's been really fucking rad. And I'm like deliberately starting off like kind of small. Just doing like the little streams that I know I can do pretty confidently. I've not gone too ambitious, but then, you know, I have room. I have room. When IRL stream with Julia, that would be huge, actually. Julia, for the uninitiated, Julia was at my house over the winter break, and it was a delightful time. But I made a point of like, yeah, we're not going to stream while she's here. It's the like first time we've been like in each other's physical presence. It was a moment for us. But in the future, I wouldn't rule it out. If you're down, Julia, and you seem down. That would be really sick. Don't worry about the exam. Just let Bird nibble away on them. Smile. They are lesbian for an amazing reason. May 5th in 2025 would have been a Monday. Maybe. I swear I had a Tuesday Friday rotation at some point. Whatever. It's fine. But yeah. Anyways. It's been a really cool over half a year of streams, and I appreciate the fuck out of all of the support that we've gotten. I on principle, because like most people don't do it, I don't really go into financials. The only reason I really go into it is because of just how fucking appreciative I am. It's because like it's so fucking cool that I can say like, oh my god, I've made money off of this stuff. But you know, that side has been great. Just like the camaraderie in chat, the moments shared have been like really fucking fun. You know, Christmas Jamboree is fantastic. All the Jamborees have been pretty fucking fantastic, to be honest. And we're gonna have fucking 12 more over this year. First one to come this Saturday, by the way. Be sure to be here Saturday. Apparently an ad has started. Can I just skip that? No, because it's already started. Smile. Alright, hopefully no one was horribly affected by that. I see mostly duck icons, so we're probably okay. Yeah. Saturday, 7 p.m. UTC, same time as this stream started, basically. We're going to be playing a video game. I know, it's a bold move. It's very experimental. But I think it'll be a fun one. I think it'll be a good time. VIPs in the Discord are already aware of this. There's like a VIP role in the Discord, and these are like the people that I would actually like invite onto streams. Are you sure that isn't at all risky? It is a new paradigm, but you know, I think we can make it work if we take it carefully, you know. It's a crazy concept. It'll never work. A video game? What is wrong with you? These capital G gamers. This will never have more viewers than television. Yeah. Yeah, so today we trucked. Wednesday, we're going to be hopefully wrapping up Little Inferno. You guys remember we were playing Little Inferno? I didn't finish it because I had to cancel streams because of college. So we're a little behind, but hopefully that's the last stream that we'll have to do of Little Inferno, and then we can wrap that up. And I'm not going to tell you just yet what I have lined up next, but it'll be very fun, and Julia in particular will appreciate it a lot. And on Saturday, we are doing the very first of the year, Space Girl Jamboree. So hopefully y'all can join in for that one. It's like most jamborees, it is a stream like normal, except I am playing games with a whole bunch of friends, and it is not time limited like these ones are. I say theoretically we are like 40 minutes over the 2-hour block. But yeah, we are not time limited. So this can go on for 2 hours, maybe 4 hours, maybe 8 hours. It's open. And it's always a fun time. All right, I have a question. What's your question, Dolphin? Andres, everything happening? No worries. Making a game, but with mob programming on a jamboree. Interest? Oh, oh. As in, like, actually making a game during the jamboree? Or... Opinion on Terraria 145 that releases tomorrow. I don't play Terraria very often. Every time I play Terraria, I set up a server. I'm the host, but I'm playing with a bunch of people who have been playing this game since they were like children, small children, and they immediately catapult themselves to insanely fucking high power gear, and I am just there still using copper tools, not really knowing what the fuck is going on. So I don't have particularly strong feelings on the update. But I'm happy for Terraria players that their beloved game is still getting support. That's fantastic. I'm always happy for that. Jamboree lasts until the delirium hits. Crazy. I mean, yeah, that is genuinely how they go. We play games until we get tired, and then we end the stream and go to sleep. It's very cut and dry, actually. Do you know what mob programming is? I imagine programming mobs, but I might be incorrect, woefully incorrect. For some reason, I have 11 hours of playtime in Terraria, and I cannot remember why. What are my hours? 88.8. Interesting. I wonder how much of that I spent AFK. I also don't remember doing 88 hours of that game, but to be fair, I've had that game for a long time, and I've had my Steam account for way longer. So, there's a lot of time I could have spent playing games I just don't fucking remember. You should look it up. It's basically pair programming, but with even more people. Ah. Well, I had thought for a while that a game jam would be really cool, but I wasn't thinking of having it streamed. It could be interesting to have some amount of like community input. I say community input very sparingly. I feel like that could very easily be backseated, but whatever. We can just ignore chat. Ari Melody Studio, huge. 2v2 TVS code, oh no! So like a group programming session within a single project? You should let chat write the code. Oh, louder. You would. So here's the problem with what you've just said. It's not what you've said. It's not the material nature of it. It's the fact that you triggered synapses in my brain that make ideas happen. And that's the worst possible thing you could have done. That's interesting. Food for thought. Maybe I'll remember it. I have like 500 hours on Terraria because I didn't have a VED? I don't know what you mean, bed? Twitch plays VS Code, huge. 300 RCs! We're generating new CVEs in real time, chat. We'll write kernel anti-cheat together. Oh, man. Yeah, chat writes a kernel module directly into my host system. Good idea. Good idea. See, it might actually work out because my system will crash long before they write any actually exploitable code. It'll just be a fucking mess. Yeah, that's fun. Oh my god, I can finally install Bird on your computer. You could do that in user level. You don't have to do that in kernel space. I know it's funny to do it in kernel space, but you don't have to do it in kernel space. I'd probably work best done within a VM, I imagine. Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. Specifically, like, I pass keyboard input directly into the VM. Like, the VM itself does not have internet access for safety. Yeah. Right. I could go on about cool ideas and stuff, but my fucking alarm to go to bed literally just went off and I can smell dinner downstairs, so I am going to end it off here. Everyone, thank you so much for stopping by tonight. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm excited to kick off this whole year of streams. It's going to be wonderful. I will see you all on Wednesday to finish off Little Inferno, and in case you missed that, I will also be here Saturday doing our very first of the year Jamboree. We're going to play games. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye! Looker, thank you for the 3 months. Good night, good night. Bye-bye.